Hello, I'm Bernie, and welcome to this short chat. A little bit of a heads up, few suggestions as to how possibly best to manage the full moon in Aries, which is occurring on Thursday, the 17th of October. Now, the energy for this full moon, and generally for any full moon, sort of arrives at least 2 days beforehand. So I'm recording this 3 days before the full moon. So depending on when you're listening to this, the energy may gain momentum even from when I'm recording this. And the energy continues for around, at its peak, around 24 hours around the full moon. So that Thursday to Friday, and then starts to dissipate, fade over the weekend. But really it's with us for the whole of the next 4 weeks in some way until the next full moon. So being that this full moon is in the sign of Aries and Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, it brings up themes around competitiveness, action, determination, can be high energy. It can be more pushing rather than allowing energy. When I looked into this energetically, this full moon, it was like there was 2 moons, or two focuses. It may be that we, depending on who you are, your personality, what's going on for you, that you're tending to more one of the themes in this moon, this full moon, and others may be more resonating with the second moon or the second option. It may be a blend of both. That's what's come through. It's like, it was almost like not to blanket this energy with just Aries, action planet, full moon, this is what the message is. I feel what it's inviting or reminding us to do is to be intuitive, to be more intuitive as to what the energy feels for us. What the energy feels for us, be more intuitive with it, if that makes sense. So option 1 or moon 1, the words that came through were soft and subtle. A full moon is generally a time of introspection, a time of going within, gaining insight, shedding light upon something that may have been in the shadows or in the dark or unseen from us for a while. It can be a time of gaining insight, gaining another perspective on something, generally about what we could benefit from by releasing this thing. So that may be a limiting belief. It may be an old story that we've told ourselves about ourselves. And I just saw then like small pot, big pot. It may be a time for you to shed a belief about yourself, that about your potential to either grow, expand, or be different to how you've been before. That maybe you can achieve, particularly with that more action energy coming through with Aries, maybe that you can achieve something that's been eluding you for a while if you push little by little. So as I said, this one of the sort of areas, option 1, is soft and subtle. It can be more so where you're insight comes through introspection, journaling. It may be writing down your core values, what values you sort of determine and steer your path forward. You might want to see if you need to strengthen, put more energy into, more focus into one of your core values. If there's something that's undermining a core value, that's what you might be releasing around this full moon, so that when you do take action in an area, you're more likely to succeed. If, for example, any self-doubt, negativity, second-guessing oneself undermines your actions to move forward or to continue with a daily self-care practice, for example. So soft and subtle is the first way to handle this full moon. Journaling, you might like to write it down, and it could be burn that option, that what you want to release. There's a sense of it being more for those who are sort of sitting in that soft and subtle moon, to practice more compassion for self as well, to allow more of a gentle flow. You can do some breath work, so you can reach out to me if you'd like sort of some tips on breath work. But your breath work, your breath can help to release whatever you're focusing on to release with intention. And raising your vibration as well through gratitude, so that the energy that you are aligning to in this moment with your thoughts help to keep the releasing continuing. So it's very, very important for you to be aware of your thoughts. And by focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want, can help with the releasing. And it's small, little changes, little movements as well. I feel that's why whatever you initiate on Thursday the 17th has that month for you to consistently, it's that Aries energy of putting that consistent energy into keeping something moving. It's, you have a goal, that's where I'm moving towards. Now, for the others that are not so much the soft and the subtle, they're not resonating with that so much. It's more about releasing pent-up energy. And for this area or this group, what came through was move it or nudge it. Now, that may be some sort of, it could be gentle stomping of the feet. It could be, I heard splash around. So whether or not you take yourself to the river or to the ocean and with more energy, walk through the shallow water, particularly being that it's a full moon connected to also water. But there was, for this second group, putting more action into releasing pent-up energy. The word frustration came through as well. So maybe what's been holding you back, you may need to apply a little bit extra effort to push it through. Maybe that's why this nudge it, move it is coming through rather than soft and subtle. But as you take action to release, be compassionate, be kind, because just before I started recording, throat came up. So for some who may want to release pent-up energy or frustration vocally by speaking it out to another or to themselves, just watch, just be mindful of your words. They can be impactful when you retain more of an Aries sense of confidence and courage and leadership, rather than the aggressive sort of energy. Be more confident to express rather than getting stuck in overcompensating because of your pent up. It's like we have to, there's a certain, I want to be sort of sensitive to this and subtle, diplomatic, but just be aware of not pushing your agenda on Thursday or Friday or even Saturday, Sunday. And it may have come prior to Thursday as well. There's a build-up of energy. And it can also just be mindful that where you direct this energy is the direction where you want it to go. For example, if you really wanted to direct some sort of pent-up speaking your truth, for example, to a boss that you don't, or it could be for example, to a neighbour, that rather than doing it, you hold it in and then take it home and then release to loved ones. So just be mindful of where that's coming up for you, the origin of it, and directing it. For some, you might like to scribble it out as well. It's like scribble and tear, scribble and scrunch, scribble and tear. So whether or not you are gently stomping or splashing through the water, but scribble, write it out. You could be huffing. You might like to do some quicker, faster walking. Write it out, scrunch it up afterwards, whatever words come through for you, and then burn it or scrunch it up, get rid of it for the releasing part of it. So I will upload a meditation for this full moon, and it'll be interesting what I do with it, because it's, as I said, it seems as if there's 2 moons coming through. So they may be 2 separate meditations. So I'll see what comes through. It is a powerful full moon that may help you to pivot and prioritize. Yes. This full moon is about prioritizing to pivot. That ties in with your core values. Prioritize your core values. Prioritize them, put effort and energy into them, which is Aries, into your core values, so that you can pivot, so that you can shift in the direction you want to go. For some, though, it's more with subtle, soft energy, and for others, you may need to give it a bit more of a gentle push with kindness and compassion. The cards that came up for this full moon, you might be able to see that. I experience love in all its beautiful glory. I experience love in all its beautiful glory. I suggest that however Thursday full moon plays out and the days following it, whatever's going on for you, hold on to self-love. Hold on to loving connection with others. Even if what you're going through is a little bit uncomfortable. Loving connection with others is, it can be just, for some it's detachment. Not feeding into the negativity, fear and anger and pain. And the second card is elevate. Elevate. It's about, again, core values, what you stand upon to help you elevate. so that you can keep going. You can. Just a last reminder is your thoughts carry an energy. Be mindful of your thoughts over this full moon. So, and you are made of love, ties in with I experience love in all its beautiful glory. You are made of love, let it flow and pass it on. Let it flow and pass it on. You are made of love, let it flow and pass it on. So that's being mindful of your words to yourself, thoughts, and to others as well. So I wish you well. I will post those or upload those extra meditations for the full moon. If you need any support, direction, insight around this full moon, reach out to me. My details are in the description box below. And I offer the face-to-face sessions at the Wellbeing Centre in Port Macquarie Tuesdays and Saturdays, but also Monday nights, Monday late afternoons from 4 to 6, 6:30, and Thursdays from 4 to 6:30, as well as Zoom sessions most days. So I feel as if too, I just heard crescendo, and I know we've just had, Florida's just had two very major crescendos of energy with the hurricanes, Helene and Milton. But I just heard crescendo, and I have felt a building up, a gathering of momentum rather, of energy these September, October, so it'll continue for the rest of the year. I feel it's like gathering momentum, like almost like a high tide sort of feel, gathering high tide, so that we can cleanse. And I feel it's to help us prepare for energy shifts 2025, for energy shifts in 2025. I did upload a short chat about the energies that we're moving through for preparing us for 2027. So this is tying in with that. Tying in with it. We have a choice. We have a choice how we choose to move through whatever we're going through. We have a choice. We have a choice to choose wisely, to choose with love for self and for others. We have a choice. So I feel that's probably one of the themes that's coming in for 2025 already. We have a choice. What is your choice? What are you choosing? Thank you. Have a great month from now until the November full moon, which is amazing, almost over the year. So all the best and happy releasing around the full moon. Thank you. Bye.